Alrighty, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Serving Nerve, where we talk about whatever we want, and today we're going to be going through more fat acceptance cringe compilations, so let's just do it. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life anymore, but we're just going to go through this and see where it goes.
What is you staring at me for? What is you staring at me for? What are you staring at me for?
How often do people actually stare at people just on the basis of being obese? It usually takes something else, like, you know, you're dressed weirdly, or you're doing something annoying, or you're being a weirdo in society. Trust me. You know, I'm pretty sure people can glance, and, like, that would make some sense. But a lot of the time, it's like, they act like somebody's directly, like, staring at you the whole time, and just, like, being obsessive with you, and going like, oh my god, how could you be, like, an extra 100 pounds over what's physiologically normal, or whatever the weight range is. It's like, I feel like people don't actually stare. They just glance. I don't know. I'm not trying to be annoying and, like, be a jerk and be unsympathetic. I'm sure there's an insecurity that goes into this. I just don't think it's as, like, insane as it comes off in these videos.
What? Bitch? Damn! What do you want to do?
If somebody had a gun to my head and said, spell croissants, I'd be dead.
If somebody had a gun to my head and said, eat a salad, I'd be dead. That's so sad. Salads can be so amazing. Here's a great salad recipe, alright? Take any greens you like. Romaine is one of my personal favorites, but any greens will do. Greens, you do a little olive oil, you do some lemon, salt, pepper, garlic, you know, or balsamic vinegar, or if you want to do like an Asian salad, like, dude, sesame oil, soy sauce, sriracha, maybe like, tahini in there. I'm just coming up with too many ideas. The main thing is, to make a salad good, just make a good dressing, and add in like maybe some protein to it if you want, or potatoes, like chop up a couple of like sweet potatoes or something, sprinkle those in there, a little sweet contrast, or also avocado, tomato, cucumber. Like, there are so many wonderful salads you could make. Why penalize yourself? In fact, I could do literally a week of salads and it still wouldn't be boring. We could make that a challenge. At some point, we'll do like a week of salads only, and I'll like really show you how diverse a salad can really be. In fact, maybe I'll do that for an upcoming video because I'm trying to have a nice little health kick for myself, you know? Why would you do this? Somebody in one of my last videos was like complaining on like the TikTok dealio about like people who move clothing, like skinny people moving skinnier clothing into like fat departments to hide it. But this person's literally doing the same thing and it's just as bad. It's like the only people, again, that you're gonna penalize here are all the employees who are going to have to reorganize these things. It's just not like logical. You shouldn't be wearing a crop top. No one wants to see all that. Crop tops really are not hot, honestly.
Bitch, shut the fuck up!
I mean, that doesn't look that bad. Like, I'm not big on crop tops, but I don't think that's as bad as a lot of people think. Like, a lot of the time, when people are complaining about, like, you know, being too exposed, it's not just a little bit of belly. It's, like, a lot of stuff going all over the place and, like, things that just don't fit. I don't think that looks very bad. Saying that, I'm not a fan of crop tops. And there was another lady who looked really nice in a crop top in another video, and it was just like, it's just not my thing. I just don't think crop tops look good.
Oh no, it's your daily reminder that fat women are beautiful.
Beauty is subjective, and people can literally think whatever they want is beautiful or is ugly. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's on the basis of individual perspective, and everybody can see you as ugly or pretty. It doesn't really make a difference. Not really. I don't really feel particularly intimidated by many people. I think the main thing that intimidates me is the idea of, like, financial instability or government overrule or something like that. Like, I think the only things that make me feel, like, really intimidated are, like, me failing at something in life, or, I don't know, maybe, like, a really in-depth relationship or something that is untraversed, or maybe like government overrule, an apocalypse, or financial instability, which actually does constantly intimidate most people.
Would you date a plus-size girl? No, unfortunately not, because if I'm taking care of myself, I expect her to be taking care of herself. It's very funny you asked me this question because I had a situation recently where I was forced to give someone an explanation on why I wouldn't date them, and there was a lot of emotional baggage with that.
So was she plus size?
She was bigger, but we both go to the gym now and we're working on ourselves.
So that's the thing. It's like on the basis of physical health and fitness. It's not even just to do with like the way you look. And I feel like a lot of the people in the plus size community have some weird obsession with it being like all about how you look and being accepted as beautiful and stuff, when nobody really cares that much about that, and it's more just like the obvious health concern that comes with obesity.
So the reason you gave her is because of her weight?
Not only that, she was also very masculine in energy, but yeah, it was one of the reasons.
But y'all are friends.
That does kill the vibe. Like, a lot of people are not into very masculine women. If they are a masculine man, they look for more femininity. And I know this because I've tried it. I'm not particularly good at being feminine, but when I try, I can definitely get more men under my belt. It's pretty interesting.
Friends.
Yeah.
So did she like confess her feelings to you, or how did that work?
Originally, it was like that. Yeah, she was like, "Oh, I find you really cool," and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's sweet." We hung out once or twice. She was very masculine in energy.
There's also a side note here that says, "What a sweet guy, not his fault. He is not attracted to her. Sometimes you just have to work on yourself, even if it's hard to accept." And that is true. A lot of people, like, we've all been rejected before. And it really is true. I mean, you know, working on yourself is much more important than fearing rejection or the pain of being rejected. Usually when I get rejected or I deal with, like, I don't know, an instability in my life, I just try and overhaul as much as possible and work on my own stuff and then try and push it, like, just to distract myself even. It's a good distraction at the very least, or it's self-development for the betterment of your future.
But besides that, it was also just...
This person's putting in the comment, how can someone see this and not think being morbidly obese is an issue? This, I'm almost 100% sure is fetish content. This is definitely fetish content. I thought that was fetish content, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's fetish content. I really want something fried. I tried to, like, make something, like, yesterday I made these, like, tuna egg, like, ball thingies, like croquettes almost, and then I floured them, but I just, like, oven baked them, because I don't really have, like, any way of frying stuff, and then I poured, like, a bunch of coconut oil and a bunch of, like, olive oil. I still slathered them in delicious fat, but I just kind of oven baked them to get them crispy, and they were, like, a really thin crust, but I'm like, I really want something that's, like, not healthy for me. I want something like crispy and fried and delicious, like a takoyaki, but like crispy, like a croquette. I really want some like croquettes or something like that, you know?
You are not fat. You have fat. You also have fingernails.
Semantics don't really change the outcome here. You have or you are doesn't really change your biology or like the fact that you could die earlier. Like, it doesn't really matter. In regards to you not wanting to like associate as being something and negatively perceive yourself because you have a negative connotation about it doesn't really help the fact that you could still die early. Like, I get it, but I personally think it's kind of stupid because it doesn't actually fix the problem here.
Or not fingernails. You're a bad bitch. Love you. Oh no!
Normalize all bodies. Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. All bodies have a unique range of variability, and normality is just supposed to basically constitute most of those bodies. There are going to be, like, abnormalities all along the spectrum: skinny, fat, short, tall, you know, various characteristics, blonde hair and blue eyes, like, I don't know, like gingers or something. Like, there is always going to be abnormal bodies. It doesn't mean they're bad. I don't know why people look at the idea of being abnormal as being bad. I know in an obesity regard it is, but like, abnormal doesn't really mean much. It's a little subjective. The concept of being normal is just an average. It's like kind of a median, I guess.
Oh, I'm not a size 3. I'm on the fucking TikTok and I'm a fatty. Everybody's like, you can't wear that. I'm like, bitch, I wear what I please.
Cool. Good for you. But there are still abnormalities out there, and we don't need to worry about normalizing everything. We don't need to really worry about normalizing obesity. Instead, you can either just live as an obese person, potentially considered abnormal. Although if you were appealing to an average, I think that you would actually not be considered an abnormal weight because there are tons of obese Americans out there and whatnot. But just in a general sense, like, you don't want to normalize everything. Normalizing everything is bad, and also, it's just not even possible. So anyways, it's just silly. But that was the video. Tell me what you think in the comments below, my people, and I will see you all next time. Tell me what you think, and yeah, Slater.